Hey guys, it's Dane at ZIMM'S Guitars, and a lot of you guys have asked me, hey, just can you take your camera, go around the store, show us some of your inventory, and so, what the heck, let's take a look. So, I'm up here against my back wall. We've got a little Dean bass. I've got a couple mid-80s Ibanez Flying V kind of things. Jackson, some inexpensive BC Rich stuff. I have a LTD 7-string Flying V. This is kind of the back wall. I put some of my shreddy stuff on here. Here's an inexpensive Dean. This is kind of a custom 7-string. It started off as a Squire 7-string. It's on a BC Rich bass body, custom paint. And back here, we're in the back corner of the store. I've got a couple Ibanez basses. This bass right here used to belong to Jennifer Batten. She played bass for Michael Jackson. So believe it or not, that used to belong to Jennifer Batten. We got a little Squire fretless. A couple made in Mexico things. Here's a old Yamaha bass, kind of fun. A little Mustang bass, Mexico, couple Mexico. Here's a 1961, early 60s, between 60 and maybe 64, Hagstrom short scale bass. Kind of a very unique little bass. It's in really good condition. Here's a Washburn 5-string, sort of arch top bass, really kind of cool. We got another Mexican jazz bass back here, inexpensive BC Rich, an Epiphone, kind of a cool bass, another BC Rich Warlock, and a LTD 5-string back here. Alright, so over here on my Fender wall, this is a Tele, kind of a Warmoth build. That the neck's Warmoth, the body is Warmoth. Here's a 2018 Player Series Mexico Strat. Here's a 80s made in Japan HM Strat, the heavy metal made in Japan, really cool guitar, great action on that. Here's a Fender 7-string Strat. It started off as a Squire. Atomic Guitars in Peoria painted this thing and set it all up. You don't see these things, but this is a Fender 7-string. And then I've got a USA Highway 1 right here, a couple made in Mexico stuff. Here's a G&L ASAT Classic in a real pretty blue color. We got a black Mexican Strat. Here's the Tom DeLonge. This is a Squire, but this is the Tom DeLonge with a single Duncan design, kind of the Invader style pickup. Tom DeLonge. Squire Jazzmaster up there. A lot of Squire stuff in here. Here's a red 90s Mexico Strat. A little dual Sonic over here. We've got another made in Mexico Strat. I did a video on this one. I restrung this one. And a black one. An old vintage antique white colored. So a lot of made in Mexico stuff right here. I put 8-gauge strings on this one. Yeah, I got a Squire vintage vibe, kind of a Squire right there. So here I'm right at the front door of the store. And so I put some of my cheap stuff up here in case somebody, you know, it's so close to the front door, you got to put the very inexpensive stuff right up here, right? Although, knock on wood, I haven't had any theft. You guys are awesome. So yeah, we got some Silvertone, little PV, nice LTD, Ibanez RG. There's a cool little Dane Electro right here. A couple Dane Electros. This one has the built-in effects, you know. It's got a little distortion and or like a gain and a tremolo and stuff like that. This thing just came in right here. A Jackson Flying V, kind of the Randy Rhoads thing. This thing's in the nice flat gray finish. Got an old Yamaha. Super cool playing guitar, really nice guitar. You know, an inexpensive, 125 bucks. An inexpensive purple SG Epiphone, really nice guitar. Here's a Harley Benton that I did a YouTube video about. This is the Deluxe Series Strat in the brown paisley kind of design. And, oh, here's that. Right here is the Ibanez 30 fret. Super cool guitar. Actually has 30 frets. This was in a Dragon Force video where the dude was playing an Ibanez 30 fret. Here's another Ibanez. It was somebody's project. I believe it's like an S series that was sanded down and they refinished it. And an Ibanez, a friend of mine does custom paint jobs. And this is the big money guitar right here. Michael Kelly camouflaged up here. An old Korean Epiphone right there. DBZ guitars, diamond guitars. I have one of those right here. This thing is that Kramer 5150. Check out the body on this. It's the flat. It's like the Stripe series, where you have the flat finish and the stripes are kind of glossy. So that's kind of a neat guitar. This one is sort of unique right here too. This is a Sublime guitar. That's what the headstock says, Sublime. It's got a really pretty, looks like roasted maple neck. Really cool, kind of telly-shaped, but sort of stretched out, elongated, kind of a telly-shaped thing. Got a Luna guitar up here. Another Ibanez reverse headstock RG series. Now this thing right here is a Fred guitar, and it's a clone of the Jerry Garcia Fred cloned guitar. Kind of a super cool guitar if you're a deadhead or you know somebody that's a deadhead. I still have this thing. I have an Ibanez JS100, the Joe Satriani 100 right here. Beautiful plain guitar. Down here we got an Epiphone Dot. And one thing that's kind of neat about this one is the headstock, the truss rod cover says Dottie. Do you see that? Dottie, it's an Epiphone Dot. Here's an old Japanese, wow, listen to that. An old Japanese Taisco, kind of probably early 70s, hollow body Japanese thing. Another Epiphone. The 3 pickups, it's got the big 3 dog ear P90s with a Bigsby on it. I got this thing priced at 450 bucks, but really nice guitar. It's kind of a black color with the little silver sparkle in it. So it actually kind of makes it look dusty, but it's I keep them clean. It's not that dusty, but again, a cool Epiphone. I'm not sure what the model of that thing is, but it's got all the pickups in it. And then up here we have a Epiphone, what do they call these things? Kind of the Fusion Explorer type of thing. Here's an old Samick Les Paul in the red sparkle. Got a little Ibanez up here. Right here we've got a Kramer. This is the 84 Kramer. And now normally you would see these Kramers and it would have the bullseye, but it would have the black. So this is kind of an unusual one where we got the bullseye in white. Over here in the corner, it is a, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 string. And I call it a legator, but I think the proper pronunciation is lagator. But I'm going to call it a legator 7 string. I just had to put a new nut on that. I got it all ready to play. Really flat radius. I'm going to say there's like probably a 20-inch radius on this thing. Back here I've got a little Gibson Melody Maker SG. Here's a relatively new Kramer Pacer in the tiger stripe. Kind of the Satchel kind of guitar that Satchel from Steel Panther played a couple of years ago. Here's my 83 Gibson Explorer. I have a case for this guitar. And if you notice, get in real close to this pickup right here. This is an old Gibson Dirty Fingers where you can actually see that you've got adjustable pole pieces on each side of the pickup. So very unusual. Your average pickup will have adjustable pole pieces and a slug on one side, but this pickup actually has adjustable pole pieces on both sides of the pickup. So yeah, 1983. Here's a PRS SE Custom 7-string. Here's a PRS SE single cut. This green meanie right here, this is a Grover Jackson 2, made by Grover Jackson, Southern California. It's a GJ2. Grover Jackson's second company where he's building guitars. And it's in this neon green color. This is a real shredder right here. Here's a USA 2015 Fender American Stratocaster with the all rosewood neck and fingerboard. So beautiful condition. This one's on consignment, Corona, California. Beautiful condition. Fender American Strat right there. And then here's a little Fender American Strat in black with the mint green pickguard. Down here, this is a couple of racks of stuff that I have priced. These are my $75 guitars down here. You got a little old Memphis down here. And these are all my little $50 guitars. You got a Johnson, you got a Montana, and a couple Peavies and stuff. So some cheapy stuff. This one I got this just recently. This is a Parker PM20. So you've seen the Parker Fly where you can tell it's a Parker from this bottom right here. And the Fly had a funny arm, but this is more of a single cutaway. Really beautiful guitar. It's all neck through. Looks like a ebony fretboard on this one, but you don't see the Parker very often. And so yeah, I've got a Parker guitar down here. I keep all my tellies and stuff like a Parker on a stand because they don't hang very well. So a couple of Squier tellies down here. A few more inexpensive LTDs and a little lefty made in Mexico lefty telly, and a couple left-handed things down here. Okay, so hanging on this wall, I've got some hollow body stuff. I've got a Gretsch, an Ibanez Artcore. Here's one of those Fireflies, $150 guitar. Got an Oscar Schmidt. This is a 1967 Vox Typhoon. So very vintagey. Priced at $650. It's negotiable, right? Here's a inexpensive Savannah slide guitar. And then in here is my acoustic room. And I don't want to show you everything in here, but I got a really nice Breedlove. I got a 70s Fender Strat right here. I've got a little Martin DR32 Martin sitting right here. But again, guys, I'm not going to ship anything. This is just for you local guys here in the Phoenix area. If you come in, I got some acoustics in here. It's my acoustic room. Coming back out, this is the Atelli acoustic. And a couple other cheapy kind of guitars that I have. Down here on the bottom are some cheap Squier basses and a Fernandez bass, really cool Japanese. But some, $75, $50 basses. So again, I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of my inventory. I got a few more guitars in cases underneath behind the counter. I got a big stand-up bass guitar But again, I don't want to ship anything on Reverb. Reverb just, it kills me inside to do that. I would prefer you guys to come in the store down here in Mesa, Arizona. So come on in and check it out. And if you guys want to get your own ZIMM'S Guitars t-shirt, there's going to be a link in the description below. Get yourself a t-shirt. Thanks, guys. What the heck is this thing? Thanks for watching, guys.